Good morning, Flosstube. It's been a while since I talked to you. My name is Annemiek and I'm Annemiek from the Handwerk Boetiek. It's been a long time since I've made another video. I didn't have much stitching time. You kept me all very busy with orders and getting ready for the Needlework Expo show and all things that happen in life. Nothing bad, just busy, which in a way is really good. I'm very appreciative of all the orders we're getting. It's really helping a lot in these days. We're super glad that we're open by appointment now. If you want to visit the shop, please feel free to email or phone to make an appointment, and you will have 45 minutes to browse at your leisure and just, be safe, have a mask on, and just enjoy all the goodies that we have in the shop. As you can see from behind me, we changed the decor a bit, so Christmas is out and spring and anything sunny, non-time constrained models are out again, and we just love it. It feels like sort of like spring cleaning in the shop, maybe. It's really fun to see these models back. We have some on loan, and it's just lovely. So do not hesitate to make an appointment. Do not wait till the last minute. Our days are filling up pretty quickly, so just a warning, if you have a specific date in mind, please let me know in time so I can schedule you in. Let's talk Needlework Expo show for a while. This was the first time the Needlework Expo show, and I'm sure you've heard about it now, was sort of the replacement for Nashville this year. It was an online show with a lot of the well-known designers there. It was really nice to be able to talk to them, to see their models. Some would take the time to show the models in front of the camera, which was really nice. We had the opportunity to discuss some ideas for the future, and of course I ordered all the stuff that you wanted me to order and some of it that I wanted to have for the shop. Now, we do have quite a few packages in. We're working as fast as we can to get them distributed over the orders. And there's still quite a few on their way, so we just have to be patient and wait till we get them. So far, I'm not too disappointed in the mail services. And for us, it's kind of nice that it trickles in because it gives us a little bit less stress to go over all the orders. Once the order comes in, we have to check everything, we have to price everything, and then we have to go through all the orders that we have to see who needs what from this specific order. So that takes some time as well. But we're getting there. I know some of you have already received your show orders. Some of you are still waiting, and that means that we're probably not have the whole order complete, and you checked off send only the order when it's complete. I've been in touch with some of you. Some of you said, oh, just wait till everything's there. It's not like I don't have anything to stitch on. I think we stitchers are very well prepared for these kind of things. Over here in the Netherlands, I never said that, I think. It's the 7th of April. Last week we had lovely temperatures, warm weather, sunny. We could sit outside, enjoy coffee and lunch outside. Today, in the last couple of days, we've had hail, we've had snow, it's cold, it's rainy, complete different weather. So no time yet to hang up your winter coat because it's still too cold over here. And it's actually quite funny because on Easter Monday, we woke up and it was just white outside. It's like, really, it's April. Anyways. With all the busyness that was going on, I didn't have that much time to stitch, but I thought I would just make a video and show you what I'm working on. I have two finishes. The first one is the one I'm very proud of, very happy with, and just love it. It's my Snowman, the 2020 Twin Peak Primitives Snowman. As you can see, he's huge. I can almost take him out on a date. He's just incredible fun to stitch. I added some, I'll just fold it and hold it up closer. I added some gold threads and French knots to the wreath because I thought that made it look a little bit more dressed up. And he is stitched on a 28 count natural linen with DMC colors. I made a few changes. I think the biggest one is that I stitched his coat in DMC 815, which is my favorite Christmas red. And I changed out the black in his coat in the middle, so in this part, to a darker gray instead of black. And that's it. He is so much fun to stitch. It just takes a lot of time. I think I used over 2 skeins of DMC 815. Everything is stitched with 2 strands over 2x2 fabric threads, and just to be aware of that. If you do start stitching him, make sure you have at least 3 skeins of the color you want to use for his coat. Then after that, I needed something that was a little quicker. And I'm saying a little quicker. I thought this would be, you know, like a 2-3 evening project. Well, it was not. It probably says a lot about the time I have to stitch in the evening or how fast I'm stitching. Doesn't really matter. But this is Rabbits in the Round by JBW Designs. This was a chart that was released last year at Nashville. You can see that I do not zigzag my ends of the fabric. I used a Silken Colors mystery thread. It was in my stash, and I really loved how it looked on the fabric. The fabric is like a pale blue. Yeah, I think this is more true to color. The fabric is a pale blue, and the thread is like blue, green, purple, pink. It's a very lovely thread. It did take, however, more thread than I thought it would. So if you have a mystery thread and you're thinking of stitching one of these in the rounds by JBW, I used almost 3 yards of 12 ply silk, and I stitched it with 1 strand. So if you are using a hand-dyed cotton thread, which has 6 yards to a skein, but no, 5 yards to a skein, which is 6 strands, you might need 2. And given that sometimes we have different dye lots, it's worth to buy 2 skeins if you want to stitch this. And if you're having a mystery thread in your stash somewhere, just go ahead and check that you have enough. So I used 3 12-ply yard strands. That was that. That's all the finishing I have to show. I don't know what happened this year. Somehow with the Snowman, I got a little stuck on him and just stitched 1 or 2 strands every evening, which didn't amount to much progress. And I don't know, some evenings I've been too tired to stitch. Some evenings I just wanted to just sit and watch some soccer games on TV. And usually in the weekends, that's when I do most of my stitching. So I don't know about you, whether you stitch a lot during the week or whether you do most of your stitching in the weekend. But for me, the last couple of weeks, months, it was the weekends. And with the shop being open now on the 1st and the 3rd Saturday of the month, that means that on those Saturdays, I don't do a whole lot either. So stitching time is a little limited. I do have some other pieces to show you that I worked on. I have my Sunday piece that I'm stitching together with my friend Bernadette in Australia. Hi, Bernadette. It's the Hannah Jenkinson sampler by Stacey Nash. She published this last year at Nashville as well. And I'm getting closer to the first, I think like a third done. Let me fold the fabric. This is how far I am. And I'm stitching it with a silk color conversion that I did myself with Swaddle silks on a 36 count piece of parchment linen from Weeks Dye Works. And you may not be able to see that far away, but this brown, let me put something white against it. That brown border is all eyelets. Can you see a little bit better this way? Not, well, a little. Anyway, those are all eyelets. And let me tell you, stitching with silks on a 36 count, doing eyelets is a little bit of a challenge, at least for me. So if you look at the chart, this alphabet is eyelets. I think this border is eyelets. And this teal color is eyelets. So I have quite a few eyelets in my future. Anyways, we're just working on this every Sunday for about an hour and a half. And hopefully at the end of the year, we'll have a finish. I really enjoy the chart. It's a sampler that was from 1778, which makes it, to me, very, very old. And I just like it that I can reproduce a sampler that is that old and that signifies the life of a girl that probably had private education. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been able to stitch something like this. Then in February, I started the Bouquet 1813 kit by Samplers Not Forgotten. This is something I picked up in Nashville last year as a little treat to myself. It came with all the fabric, the floss, the silk ribbon, and some fabric for the backing. I think it's like a black and white plaid or something. It looks a little bit like this. So I got stitching on it. I start working on it. And this is how far I am. I'm almost done. I need to fill in a few pink stitches, like here and here and here, I think. So that's on my sort of like mental to-do list for April, so that I hopefully can have it finished. This will go, it won't be a shop model because I'm not reordering the kit. I don't even know if it's available. It might be available, but shipping the kits to the Netherlands would be just too costly. So this is going upstairs in my private collection of little pillows, and I'm really looking forward to have it there and enjoy it. So I better, start working on it and get her done. And then I think it's been a while since I showed my American homes. This is the chart. And this is a lot of stitching. This is how far I am at the moment. I'm working on the second block. Again, this is stitched with the Soie silks as indicated in the chart. And I'm doing it on a 36 count antique white Edinburgh fabric. The first block is almost finished. I need to fill in these windows. And now I'm just working over here. These are time-consuming blocks. It's a little like Hog Run Hollow, I guess. It just takes more time than you think. And then the block I'm working on, needs to be filled in. So my goal is to stitch this first, and then I can do the fill-in when I'm feeling a little too tired to count, because if all the motifs are there, I can just, skip whatever I need to skip and fill in the blanks and then move on. I think I'll do this row first and then move this way. It's a lovely chart. It's very well done, very clear, and I really, really love all these homes. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to picking this up. And then my final piece that I can show you, I told you it's not much this time. I talked to Janine from the Blue Flower and told her that I really liked her new Tudor bee chart. And she was kind enough to send the PDF to me. Now, don't go and email Janine and ask if you can have the PDF. She did it, so that I could start on the model for the shop. So I'll insert a photo here of what it's going to look like. And this is how far I am. What I really like about the chart is that the four corners all have flowers like these, but they're all different. So every flower in the corner is different. The bee is going to be here in the middle, obviously. And then I need to, work my way around to get the darker green done. So It's a pleasure to stitch. I'm using an Italian linen by the company called Graziano. This is Avorio, the color. The color is very specific to this linen. It's not, it's a little more beige than antique white. It is not as yellow as ecru can be, ivory. It is a very nice kind of beige ivory fabric color. The only thing you have to keep in mind is that the threads are not 100% even woven. So your crosses are not a complete square. Now, to me, it doesn't matter, especially not in a piece like this. However, if you are doing, for example, a CM designs, a Caroline Manning designs that is completely square, you wouldn't want to use this fabric. That anything that's geometrical, so any ink circles designs, for example, or anything that has like little square blocks is not a good fit for this fabric. It is a perfect fit for reproduction samplers, because of the color, and it is a little stiff, not stiff in the way the Witchold or the Permin linens are. It's the density of the fabric threads that makes it a little stiffer than the Zweigart linens. So really you have to stab all the time. You can't really pull your needle through. This is a 38 count, which kind of like the best of both worlds. It's a little easier to see than a 40 count. And like I said, I really use it a lot because of the color. I think color-wise, it's a little like 822 from DMC. I think that's about the closest you can get to the color. We have it in a couple of different colors. I will put a link to it in the show notes. But just keep in mind that it's not completely, it's not a woven, squarely woven fabric. And you really can't just, do the sewing method. At least I cannot do it. And I think if you would use like a ball-pointed needle, it would be even harder to do that. I don't know if you can even do that with a ball-pointed needle, but even, just the stabbing is kind of relaxing after a while. I just, I have it in hand and I just go up and down. So yeah, hopefully this evening I'll get a little bit more done on that. Now, to make this video a little longer, since I have not that much to show, I thought I would pick something that I stitched a long time ago for my mom. I stitched this for her 60th birthday. I had a little check. And I stitched her a pillow cover. Now, this is the pillow cover. And in it are all kinds of special items for my mom. So there's a cat here. We had several cats. My mom did all the ironing when I grew up. She did lace making here. She would phone me when I was in college. There's lots of flowers because my mom really enjoyed working in the garden. Here she's on her bicycle. My mom for the longest time did all our groceries on her bicycle, and she would stuff her bags till they were overloading basically, and then had 1 or 2 bags on her steering wheel, and sometimes a box on the back of her bicycle. So that's that. She sewed a lot of her clothing. She came from a farm. This was because of the cows. These are her initials. On hindsight, I would have chosen a different alphabet. This is a little hard to read. It's RKN. It's like one of those very old alphabets that give it, it's a little hard to read. Here is her birthday and the years. This is a little coffee grounder, her sewing machine, the scale because she baked a lot, our house, tulips, again, a little hard. And then once I got this done, and oh, one thing. These are 60 stitched blocks. So she has 60 motifs that represent her life. She really enjoys mushrooms, toadstools. I don't know what you call them. And here's a cat with a mouse. I used to collect mouse for the longest time. I think I still have over 200 in wood, in glass, in you name it. Then my aunt was nice enough to turn it into a pillowcase. I don't know if I said this before, but me and the sewing machine is not a happy relation. So I don't sew, basically. If I can finish it by hand, I'm fine, but sewing is just not my thing. So my aunt did this hidden zipper, and then on the back it says, I gotta cheat it because I don't know, from Annemiek's needle. It has my full name. And this is almost, or maybe exactly in the middle of the pillow cover. Now, this is just an idea of what you can do if you're looking for a special gift for somebody who has a special birthday coming up. Like I said, I made it in such a way that there are 60 motifs stitched. This was really, now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, this was a lot of work. Just getting the grid done. The grid done was probably the most work and the least enjoyable. We just got the new sampler. Let me grab it. The Ultimate Sampler Motif source book in. Something like this would be ideal to make a pillow cover like this. It has heaps of motifs. Oh, this is not a good page. Little people, big people, you name it. All kinds of fruit trees. And since I didn't want to flower baskets, this book is amazing. I really, we've sold a ton of them. I think it's one of the best books I've seen in the last couple years if you're a sampler lover. This will make you, this enables you to change everything on a stitched piece that you want to change. If you want to add something personal, just go through the book and find something that fits your life, your, you know, the recipient's life, anything. And to top it off, in the back of the book, there's like this whole page of numbers. And then you can see it here. These are all backstitched alphabets in all shapes and sizes. And then there's this. So you can dedicate your stitching to whomever you want. There's even more alphabets in here. You can stitch the alphabets over one, which makes it really tiny, but still usually you're very able to read it. And you can personalize pretty much anything. So just in case you're looking for a project that will keep you busy for, I don't know, depending on how fast you stitch, but this would take me, I think, close to a year to get it done. Think of this, you know, you could do it for somebody's 50th, make 50 different motifs, and you can always cheat a little. So if it doesn't work out with, you know, like the number 50, you could always use the middle part of the, like I did over here. This is where I put in the dates, and that would not count as a motif. So there's lots of possibilities. You might want to find somebody, or maybe you have sewing skills yourself, who can turn it into a nice pillow. This is on my mom's a little chair, and it's really funny because her cat likes to crawl up to it and just snuggle in. And she's like, oh, he shouldn't do that. And I'm like, it's, you know, you just use it and you can wash it. I mean, that's the good thing about how my aunt finished it. You can just take out the filling and just wash the whole thing. So a little bit of inspiration. I hope everybody's doing well. It seems that life is returning to a little bit more freedom. Like I said, over here, most shops are open by appointment. And while it's different from just being able to pop in and pick something up, we can make an appointment and shop. So, and not that shopping is the most important thing in life, but for all those businesses that were not able to open their doors, I think it's nice for them as well to be able to open the doors and see their customers. I know that we really enjoy being able to talk to our customers again and just share our love of needlework. We're still, vaccinations wise, we're still not that far ahead of the game. I think it'll take a while before everybody who wants to be vaccinated is vaccinated over here. We'll see. For now, I'm just very grateful that the shop is open by appointment, that we have busy days in the shop, that we can talk to you people again, and just enjoy sharing what we've been working on. I know that a lot of people have stitched a lot. We got a lot of pieces in to be framed, and it seems that everybody was just waiting for us to open again so that we can take in the framing and, go look for a beautiful frame to just, fit your stitched piece. And other than that, this year, I've had some questions about workshops. Maybe in the fall. I think it will really depend on how the vaccinations are going and the results of those. For now, we're taking the cautious side and we'll just be open by appointment only. I am sharing most of my personal stitching through our newsletter, which comes out every other week on a Saturday morning to keep you company during the weekend. So if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, please do. I'll put a link in the show notes. And for now, I think that's the best way, including these videos, to, sort of keep up with each other. I hope you're doing well. I hope your family's doing well. I hope that you can cope with whatever restrictions are still in place wherever you live. We need to see this through, I think. Keep on stitching. Enjoy your stitching. And hopefully when the weather turns a little bit, enjoy the spring weather. I think there's nothing as beautiful as spring gardens. I love walking around in my garden and just see the, I got tulips coming up. I got hyacinths coming up. There's the tree in my garden is starting to unfold its leaves. It's just beautiful. So have a fun time. Enjoy your stitching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.